The chugs. Just had another failing conversation with my kid. My kid is almost 20. And they have absolutely no motivation whatsoever. Devoid of spirit and God. Just video games and laptops. Bum. No responsibility, no acceptance. I always have tried to let my kid know, or never to give up, fight through it, want to be greater. But in order to be great, you have to die first. You can't be afraid of losing. Like Bruce Lee says, to accept defeat, to die is to be liberated from it. There are times I think my kid understands, or shall I say my young adult understands, and then to watch them speak and act, I realize they don't get it. How do you encourage someone who doesn't want or desire encouragement? How do you motivate someone who doesn't want motivation? But they look around seeing other people overcome and persevere, and they say to themselves, why not me? And I'll say, it's all up to you. Bank on yourself. But you have to give yourself a fighting chance. You can't just wake up one day and say, I want to be great. You have to live a great life. You have to accept that you can do impossible things. But you have to give yourself a chance first. I was talking to my young adult this morning. There was a story of this young 14-year-old girl who was out riding around with some friends. She was in the back of a car. Her friends were driving recklessly on one of the major highways out here. So the child says she remembers the car spinning out of control, and she must have blacked out. So when she woke up, she, along with the car and all of her friends, were, I guess they went off an embankment, and they had landed in some trees or something. And the car hadn't impacted the ground yet. So one of the girls in the front seat, told her not to move or do anything because they were afraid that the car, was going to shake the car, and the car would, go falling, I guess, about 20 or 25 feet to the ground. So I guess the driver panicked and tried to get out of the car. And so the 14-year-old girl said that was the last thing that she remembered. And she woke up in the hospital a month later from a coma. And what she woke up to was her body, being paralyzed, no feeling from the neck down. She couldn't even talk. Can you imagine waking up and you can't move? Can you imagine the dread, the hopelessness? Can you imagine? A lot of times, these are the things that I can't get my young adult to understand, to truly try to empathize with people and what they're going through. It's like some people, I guess it's a coping mechanism to not feel anything. But that, being paralyzed, scares the crap out of me. To make a long story short, the 14-year-old girl, she was told that she'd never regain feeling in her hands, or she'd never be able to feed herself, and she'd never be able to walk. But she didn't accept that. She didn't accept it. Now, this is the thing that I try to get my young adult to understand. You're only going to go as far as you want to go. If you want to go far, if you want to travel far, you will. The 14-year-old girl, she was able to walk again after a few years. Within a few months, she regained control over her hands. And I truly believe it was because she never gave up. It was her mind. She believed. If you want it, go after it. This is what I try to get my young adult to understand. Never say I can't. Say I can. Even when all hope is lost. I can. And for some reason, this is something they can't quite, or maybe they just don't want to grasp because of the responsibility, the trials and the strife that comes along with it when we try, when we struggle, when we persevere. That's when progress is made. I can. This is Bubba Chucks. Like, share, and subscribe if you can dig it.